Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. We're brought to you by Lions Nation Unite. Man, what a set of games this weekend. The championships games did not disappoint. I think we're watching one of the best postseasons in NFL history, fellas. I mean, every game is coming down to one of the last plays of the game. No really blowouts. You got overtimes all over the place. And it's just been great to watch, man. And, we'll get into one of the former Lions, of course, doing this thing yesterday and all of that. And we're going to preview the last set of Detroit Lions free agents for the upcoming league year with the defensive linemen. We're going to finish up the defense. We're going to talk about a couple of defensive linemen. But before we get into all the good content, I got to bring in the crew. Y'all seeing what is MCDC, the Dan Calica sweatshirt down there at the bottom. Y'all know him. The ladies love him. My man, El Couture. What's up, my guy?
What's going on, everybody? And good morning, Prowl Nation.
And y'all know who it is, man. He's the boxing pride of Jackson, Michigan. He always says it with his chest. Who?
Coach Jones. Who is Coach Mike Jones? What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep.
All right, welcome back to the show, and we got two more people to talk about, man. So, Curt, let them know who the free agent is.
All right, so you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. All right, so we got two defensive tackles to close out the free agents on the defensive side of the ball. First up, we got defensive tackle Nick Williams. Rotational player in 2021, kind of getting long in the tooth. He had 27 tackles, 14 solos, no forced fumbles. For the pass rush, he had half a sack, 4 tackles for loss, and 2 quarterback hits. I think really he got overshadowed by John Pennicini this year. He took kind of just say, hey, man, move out the way, old fella. And Nick Williams just kind of got pushed to the side. All right, so next up, we got Joel Heath. Now, he did not even play in 2021. So we're looking at his career stats. And it's kind of crazy what happened with Joel Heath. The dude got injured his first practice in Detroit. I think it was tore his Achilles or something around that thing. He didn't even suit up. You know what I'm saying? He was on the sidelines cheering pom-poms for the whole season. So he had his career stats. Looked like a season's. To be honest with you, he looked like he has one season and one career. 34 total tackles, 24 solo, 3 sacks, 3 tackles for loss, 6 quarterback hits for Joel Heath, who most recently played for the Houston Texans. So that's why you see his picture in the Houston Texans uniform. That's how short his season was in Detroit. We didn't have a picture of him in uniform because he didn't make it out of the first practice. But those guys are, our defensive tackles, and we're going to talk about them, what we think about these guys here in a second. So the family discussion topic for today is, which one of these guys, if any, would you keep? We're going to tell you what we think here in a hot second. But what we do, the March of 4,000 is on. So if you like the video, share the video, comment on the video. We're on that march to 4K, baby. So go ahead, get on the bus, Gus, get on the train, Wayne, get on this ride, Clyde, and click the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. You know how the content goes down, man. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's free. It's free. And if you need more free, it is free 99 and 50 free cent. So, all right. So now it's time for us to switch over to our favorite game. And it's becoming one of you guys' favorite game because we like playing it with you guys. So it is time for Hell Yeah or Hell No. Talking about these defensive tackles, man. I'm going to go to the defensive line coach. He got to go to him first because he's the SME. You know what SME is? The subject matter expert, man. The subject matter expert on this one. It is Coach Jones, Nick Williams. Y'all know what the do is. Do we re-sign him? Hell yeah or hell no?
That's a tough one. I know you probably tough, but man, can we get him at that cheap? I don't think so. So I'm gonna say hell no.
Yeah, okay. Hell Nah for Coach Mike. All right, my man. LL Cool Torrance. Y'all know who it is, man. Down there keeping the ladies warm during cuffing season. Nick Williams. He re-signed him. Hell yeah or hell no?
I'm gonna go with hell no, regardless of the cheap price or not. I think it's just time for him to go.
Yeah, Curt still's gonna give Nick Williams the big thumbs down as well. Hell no, we don't sign that dude, man. He's just getting a little long in the tooth. I think Pennicini has proven his worth, even being a low round draft pick. He has proven his worth playing with Malik McNeil, playing with some of the other guys in the rotation. Younger, stronger, better against the run than Nick Williams. Nick Williams, man, it's, like my man, the great prophet. Y'all know who he is, man. Russell Simmons, thank you for coming out. God bless you. Good night. It's time for the road, brother. If you like the content, man, like the video, share the video. Like I said, man, if you want to see more of us, go over to Lions Nation Unite, man. Great content over there. We had some fun over there yesterday in the game day chat. It is still going on. So anytime games are coming on, you can go over to the game day chat in Lions Nation Unite and hang out with the crew. It was fun watching the games over there and just chatting it up with some fellow Lions fans. It was all over, when number 9 was playing that second game yesterday. But it's just fun over there. And you can check us out on your favorite social media platforms as well. Link is in the description. You'll go over there and check this out right here. You can check out us right there on your favorite, Instagram and Facebook and all those other things. I posted pictures of my family vacation over there. So go over there and check that thing out. Had so much fun on that birthday trip. And just go behind the scenes with the crew. And we'll bring you more content over there. I'm going to be lighting up that TikTok thing. So go over there and check that thing out. We got some more content coming over there for you guys on those social media platforms. All right, so now we have a new topic. Well, it's not kind of new. It's kind of like, we knew it was coming when Sean Payton just ceremoniously said, I'm out from the New Orleans Saints. He just said, hey, man, I ain't coming back. He said, hey, he called and said, tell your mama I ain't coming home. He decided to go ahead and lead the team. All right, so Coach Mike, what you got on this, man? What's going on with that?
So, big news. Aaron Glenn interviewed, or he's going to interview. He got permission to interview for the New Orleans Saints head coaching job. We don't know, if it's part of the Rooney Rule. They're trying to get through that real quick. But I really think that he's a possible candidate. If you look at how he had these DBs playing, these undrafted free agents, these rookies, how he's a motivator of men, sort of like Dan Campbell. He's a motivator of men. He gets these guys to play. And I really do think, as much as we love Aaron Glenn, man, this could be his first and last season with the Detroit Lions, because I take him as a real candidate for that New Orleans job. So I don't know, man. What y'all think about that?
Well, congrats to him if he does get it. Of course, it's very selfish of me for me to say, I want him to stay here, because that's what it is. I want him to stay here. I want him to be a part of what's going on here. But I mean, if he goes, then whatever. Hopefully, we can find a comfortable replacement. But I'm hoping that he's able to stay here in Detroit.
Yeah, I think that it's an opportunity for him to interview. I think he's just kind of making the rounds in the process to kind of see what it's going to be like, because I don't think he is a true candidate this year. I think people are kicking the tires. And I think that with all the coaching vacancies, he will not be in Detroit long. However, I think he takes one more season in Detroit. Just because he interviews for a job doesn't mean he absolutely has to take it. I think Aaron Glenn, like I've said this plenty of time before, he's one of those guys, he wants to get it right. And I think he wants to get it right as a DC before he becomes a head coach. So I think he wants to, do it right, win some games in Detroit, become successful as the defensive coordinator, and then move on to the head coaching job. Now, people will say, money talks and BS walks. That is very true. But I think that he does take an opportunity to take at least one more season in Detroit. And Dan Campbell said it before. He knows that this coaching tree that he has built in Detroit isn't going to be together long because he has a lot of head coaching candidates in his stable right now. So you look at Deuce Staley, even Aubrey Pleasant, you know, he's a future head coaching candidate. You have a lot of guys who can have a lot of upper mobility potential on his coaching staff. So with that,
you know what?
Said,
hey, hold on, Kurt. Hold on, Kurt. You know what? I think the DC might be going for that CC, and that's that cold cash. If you like this content, subscribe to the channel, click that like button, click that subscribe button. You know how it is, man. Detroit Lions on the Prowl. We bring you the freshest, newest content at all times. What's up next, Kurt?
All right, so you know what it's time for us to do. It is time for us to go ahead and zip our lip and hear what you had to say about the last show that we had on the air. Now it's time for the comment cards, baby. First up, y'all know who it is, man. It's our favorite law firm, Joseph Murdoch and Associates, saying, I'm really looking forward to Charles Harris returning. In my humble opinion, if Aaron Glenn stays, they draft Hamilton. Gut feeling. Great show. Thanks. Oh, we appreciate that there, Joseph Murdoch. I'm liking your train of thought, my dude. I know people are shaking their head at Kurt, and he's like, man, no, we're going to draft one of these guys. And Lomas Brown even told it to me the other day when we had the town hall meeting. They got to draft one of those game-changing defensive ends. Something's telling me that we're not going to draft one of those guys here in April.
We'll see. Be ready, athletics. Kzu Ninja said, "Love you guys. Love the show. Thank you, LL. Cool. I'm a Lions fan all the way, but Stafford will always be my guy. Wish him all the best, but when he's got to play us, not today, homie. Not today." I agree. Be ready, Kzu Ninja.
That's exactly
be ready, athletics.
That's exactly why I didn't give you that comment, Mike.
Man, I was like, man, be ready, Kzu Ninja. That to the period question mark. Like, oh, that's just too much. Let me go to something more simple. Michael Lewis. Michael Lewis said Charles Harris signed him. Maven too. He's always shown he can play, and yes, he has. So I hope that Maven gets a good look moving forward.
All right. Grand Zero 12 says Charles Harris. Man, this is a name that's just keep popping up. Had a hold down career in Miami, laughing out loud. They put him at defensive end, then an outside linebacker. He could never get started. He was supposed to be the guy who replaced Cam. Wait, okay, I remember that down there in Miami. Coaching was on problem. I guess coaching was a problem, but with a guy that is taken in the first, he had to show more during the whole time in Miami. Great video, Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Yeah, he had that kind of mixed career down there in Miami. Took a year, went to the Atlanta Falcons, and just has become a great rotational player in Detroit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Absolutely. Galloping Lack 6, if I'm pronouncing that right.
I think it's
says, Galloping Lake 6 says, I like re-signing Harris, but the Lions have serious questions to answer on defense. Just like at the end of last year. Sorry, last year the Lions ranked 32 in defense. This year ranked 31st. Word. Shout out to my guy Smoking Jeremy B. He left a couple comments as well. I think that he had said that not in overall and not in scoring defense or something like that. So in a couple of different areas we really improved. So shout out to Galloping Lake 6 and shout out to my guy Jeremy B.
We couldn't get any worse.
right. No worse. Lucas Kimball says, as long as there's draft compensation attached to Stafford's win-loss record, rooting for him is rooting against the Lions after we get those drafts. It's supposed to be Detroit versus everybody, not everybody but Stafford. You know what? I feel what he's saying, man, but it's like, man, if a guy is on your team for 12 years and it's his whole entire career, and the first year he leaves, he's going to the Super Bowl, man, you can't do nothing but feel good for the guy. I know if I was your friend, I would want to be your friend. Right. As soon as something go down, you can be like, man, forget him. Cut him off. I'm like,
Yeah, you know what? It's one of those things, man. And I don't think being happy for Stafford is not Detroit versus everyone.
Right.
Because when he plays Detroit, we're not rooting for Matthew Stafford when he plays Detroit. Because shit, I ain't gonna lie. When the Rams played the Lions, I was rooting for Jared Goff and the Lions to got to get that win. So it's not like we're rooting for him to beat the Lions. We're just kind of rooting for him to have some success because he played for us for so long. I mean, and we hear even if some of us had those not saying any not me, but some of Lions fans had negative things to say and those narratives in Detroit about Stafford couldn't win the big game. Now, you look at what's going on with him right now. The man is doing his thing. Yeah. So it is what I'm rocking a 9 jersey right now. See what I'm saying? You see it. I'm rocking a 9 jersey right now. That's my dude right there. I will never rock a 9 Rams jersey. That ain't gonna happen. But I would definitely rock a throwback Lions 9 jersey for my man Matthew Stafford. The dude, say what you will, the dude put his team on his back. He did it plenty of times in Detroit, and he's doing it out in LA. So I mean, and what a difference a season and a opportunity makes. And we'll get into that here in a second. But that's the comment cards, man. Y'all know how we do it. Pick 6 of them, and we'll read them on the next show.
I was going to say real quick, my dad jumped on the Stafford bandwagon last night. He told me himself personally, he's a Cowboy fan. He said, y'all ain't never going to win nothing as long as Matt Stafford the quarterback. And he called me last night and says, you know what, man, Matt Stafford's a good quarterback, man. He called me calm. And he's like, yeah, he made a couple throws last night that showed me he's a good quarterback. So that's all I want to say, man. My dad, if my dad can admit it, then you probably going to the Hall of Fame.
right. And thank you for that, Coach Mike and Coach Mike's dad, of course. Like Curt said, leave his comments throughout the show. We'll pick 6 of them to go on the next show, but we'll leave them from those comment cards, sliding over to everybody's favorite segment of the show, and that is the Dessert with your man, Curt.
All right. Yeah, I know Dessert with your man, Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. Now, y'all know we got to touch on this thing. Man, Matthew Stafford's going to his first Super Bowl, and former and current Detroit Lions were out there showing out on social media last night, giving them all the love. But in person, you had Sam Martin and Marvin Jones sitting in the box with Kelly Stafford. Jasmine Jones was up there, giving the big hugs to Kelly Stafford last night. So this former teammate that kind of shows you the type of guy that Matthew Stafford is. You get Kenny Wiggins, 9. My dog, 9. That's from Jamal Agnew, Travis Swanson. So happy for 9. Frank Ragnow, our current Lion, incredible. Dan Orlovsky, that's his boy. I mean, let me tell you about my best friend, Dan Orlovsky, man, you giving him the Wolf of Wall Street. Congratulations. I mean, Graham Glasgow. I mean, it goes on and on. Dropped in his prime, Eric Ebron, Romeo Aquara, Irvin Moore. I mean, you get so many people. I mean, it just goes on and on. Golden Tate, Amani Warrior, Lance Moore. I mean, Darius Slay. I mean, Nino, him, man. Diggs, man. Oh, man. Jerry Jacobs, who didn't even play with Matthew Stafford. Jerry Jacobs is a rookie. He didn't play with Matthew Stafford. But if you look at that and how the community of Detroit, what he did in the community in Detroit, look at all the work he did for Detroit Lions Academy, donating playgrounds and gym equipment and all things he did. It tells you the type of guy he is, because it's not just about on the field. It's about the type of person he is, the type of leader he is. And that dude, say what you will, number 9, he's getting it done out there in LA. And like I said, look at what a year of opportunity and a situation makes. You take Jared Goff out of that situation, you put him in Detroit. You see what happened. Won 3 games all year. What happens out there at LA? Matthew Stafford goes from Detroit to LA. Now he's playing in the damn Super Bowl. I mean, but I will say this: be patient, Lions fans, because another thing happened yesterday as well. The Cincinnati Bengals are in the Super Bowl. Look at this. 2 years ago, they had 2 wins. Last year, they had 4 wins. Where they at now? The Super Bowl. And that gives us hope in Detroit. And we're in the middle of a rebuild, and they kind of really did the same thing. They got a new coach 2 years ago, and okay, started out kind of slow. You know, last year his franchise quarterback got hurt, went down. They only won 4 games. Here we go. I'm looking at this coaching staff, and I'm looking at what the organization is doing as far as from top to bottom leadership. You look at on the organizational side, you got Rod Woods is not doing football operations anymore. He's over there handling the business side. Good, handle hot dogs, you know, Slurpees, all that stuff like that. Rod Woods is doing a good job with that. Appreciate you with the menu updates. All right, you look at so you got Chris Spielman over there with helping out on that level, and then you go over to Brad Holmes and his staff, Agnew, Dorsey, and all those individuals that's helping him out. Clean house with all those former scouts in the Detroit Lions scouting department. I don't think there's really any guys left from that Bob Quinn era. So all those guys are out. If you look at the football side, and you look at the actual coaching staff, Dan Campbell. Look at his staff. We already know that thing. That thing is loaded with former coaches and just some good, talented guys out there. The product that we're going to be putting on the field, if you look at that second half of the season, if you look at JG's numbers before the takeover from Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson, to look at what he did in that second half of the season, we know he went 3-1. That's not great, but that's a lot better than what it was to going 0-8 in that first part of the season.
I don't like that you gave him a nickname, Curt.
I mean, that's his initials. JG's his initials, man. I'm not the only person who calls him JG. I ain't the first person who calls him that. They call him that. JG is his initials. They call him that. It is what it is. You don't like it? What? Because it's too cool for him?
No, it seemed like you want him to stay around. Like, if you start naming him, he like stick around.
No, man, I'm not saying that, man. Come on, man. Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. But if you look at that, it just kind of tells you what type of coaching staff we have. That's what I'm saying. Like, the coaching staff took over. Dan Campbell made it a business decision. Hey, I'm going to take over the play calling. I'm going to get some help from my tight ends coach / passing game coordinator, and we're going to change the narrative here in Detroit. We're going to push the ball down the field. We're going to play to Jared Goff's strength. We're going to run the ball effectively. We're going to play action. We're going to play to his strength. Now, here's what I think needs to happen. You continue to do that, and you build the young talent around whoever's going to be here at the quarterback, because you can build this team. The Rams just did it. They had a team in place, and what they needed a quarterback. So they plucked their quarterback here and out of Detroit and put him out there in Rams, and they're going to the Super Bowl. I think that the Lions are going to go a different direction. They're going to go kind of a youth movement, and then they're going to draft their quarterback of the future because they want him to be here long term instead of just kind of what they have out in LA. Because you look at that roster and look at that salary cap, that team's not going to be together long. I mean, I think it's this all or bust this year, and then you got a lot of those guys are going to be gone next year. But with all that being said, that's your dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on. You can definitely get the link in the description. Go over to our Facebook channel. If you want to just drool all over the screen, go to the TikTok or Instagram page and check out that content over there for Delightful Bites. Man, I'm telling you, if you like how they look, you will love how they taste. Now it is time to go over to that Wall of Fame, baby. All right, first up in our bronze members, man, it is growing. We got Bob Kurowski. We got Shane on the Insano, Sage Roberts. We got Smokey and Jeremy B, who's always providing some great content. Go over there and check him out. He has his own show, Biting Kneecaps with Smokey and Jeremy B, over there on Facebook. Then you have our several members. We got a new member. We got Henry Wallace is a new silver member. We appreciate you joining that Wall of Fame, my dude. Thank you very much. We got Nomis J. We got John Martin, and we got Go Lions. And our gold members, we got Turner C. Burley, the inspirational one. Sorry you missed the meeting on Wednesday, my man. Michael Huck is always in the building. Mr. Reliable, just in the D. And I heard from North End Ken yesterday on Twitter, man. Hey, you be safe out there on those road rays. Mr. Ruff and Raw himself. And the doctor, Dr. Detroit, he is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click the Join Now button down in the description. All right, now it's time for final thoughts, fellas. LL, what are your final thoughts for today's show?
Well, Thank you for that, Curt. Great show, guys, as well. Thank you for all the comments. I wanna take a point from what you were saying about just how everybody is a little upset at, real Lions fans rooting for Stafford, or if you're a real Lions fan, you shouldn't root for Stafford. And everybody's saying, oh, it's time for the Lions fans to put pressure on the organization to sell and blah, blah, blah. For everybody who think that, I'll say this: sell these nuts. I don't really see why we have to sell or do anything like that. If you, to me, is you either don't know football or you're really not aware of what's going on in Detroit, and that's cool. But if you don't, shut up about it, because it's really like we got a new ownership since the last time around. The mother and basically the ownership has changed hands. They have moved everything, and I don't even know if there's any of the old front office that have stayed around. Well, any of the old organizations that stayed around outside of Rod Wood. And like Curt said, he moved from one side of things to the other. He's getting, the concession stand and Coney and beer prices together. So shout out to him for that. But everywhere else is pretty much new. So if you really look at it, it's like we have a new ownership, a new regime, and we starting over brand new from scratch. So those out there who saying we need to sell the team and everything like that, number one, shut up. Number two, give it some time. Give this some time. Is numbers is a lot of things show improvement on this season alone. So let them do what they got to do, and of course on this Monday, go out there and be kind.
Right on, LL. Just to piggyback off that real quick. People, it's okay to cheer for Matt Stafford. It's okay to root for Matt Stafford. I know the draft picks, but you got to think about this. How many times have the Rams had a first-round draft pick in the last 5 to 7 years, and how many times have they been in playoff contention and went to the Super Bowl? And Brad Holmes was one of the main reasons for that, because he can pick people out of the draft. He knows how to scout talent, and just believe in that, man. So don't let that be the sole reason why you not rooting for Stafford, man, because he was here for 12 years, man. You got to, I mean, come on, man. Like I said, I don't want to be none of y'all friends, because y'all some turncoats. But another thing I got to say that I don't know if anybody really noticed last night, but Bob Quintricia struck again. And y'all probably like, what are you talking about? Because who was the Rams punt returner? Brandon Powell. Brandon Powell got kicked to the curb for no ankles, no knees, Danny Amendola. Brandon Powell should have been our slot receiver. Okay, but Brandon Powell got kicked to the curb for the old man and the walker and the crutches and the cane. So man, I really like Brandon Powell. I thought he was a very exciting player. He was a young guy who was spectacular when he got the ball, man. And I'm just kind of a little sad, man, that he's somewhere else, going to Super Bowl, returning kicks. and he got cut from the Detroit Lions when we was like 3-13-1 or something like that. Anyways, man, that's my final thoughts, man. I'm happy and a little bit upset. So,
all right. So my final thoughts for today's show is congratulations to Matthew Stafford going to the Super Bowl. Congratulations to the Rams and to the Cincinnati Bengals. You know what I'm saying? Those are that's a tough thing to do, is go to the Super Bowl. And the Bengals, not only did they kind of rise up out of nowhere from worst to first, they also went to Kansas City and beat the defending AFC champions. I mean, hey, if they can do it, we can do it. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It gives hope. It gives hope.
It definitely gives hope. And like I said, this is one of the best postseasons of NFL football I've ever witnessed. Now it's going to be probably contingent. Even I would say this, even whatever happens next week. I mean, in 2 weeks, I still think that this is probably the best playoff football I've ever witnessed. All the overtimes and road wins and coming down to the last second play. It's just been one of those postseasons where it has been must-see TV to watch in NFL football this year. And the second half of Detroit Lions season was must-see football, because you never know what you was going to see from Dan Campbell and the company when they were out there.
Right.
That Detroit Lions were that, saying you never know what these guys are going to do, so you got to watch them. And they became must-see TV when we played the Packers at the end of the year, because the national media, the national stage wasn't with the Detroit Lions. They hadn't seen us. So, you look at that, and we did our thing. So congratulations to the Lions for their season. Free agency is coming up. Next week, we're going to continue our coverage of the free agency of who's on the Detroit Lions. We're going to go to the offensive side of the ball. Wednesday, we're going to talk about the Senior Bowl. The Lions coaching staff is down there in Mobile. Senior Bowl starts this week. Let's look at some of the some of the responsibilities of the Lions, and then some of the players that's down there and who they're going to be coaching up. And will the Lions kind of pick up some of those guys? We've got some probably under the radar guys that's going to be in the Senior Bowl. And look at the HBCU combine was a couple of days ago, and they had some guys out there doing some things. There's a safety down there. I think it's at Virginia State. Man. If we don't go Kyle Hamilton, we got a depth player at the safety. We can go and get him and let Charles Harris, drink pina coladas on the beach. But with that being said, it is Monday. The grind starts today. So go ahead, get your week started correctly with us. We appreciate you hanging out with the crew. So wipe the crumbs off your face, finish your drink, and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holler at you real soon. We love you, Jim.